A lot of people think that they have a time management problem, and sometimes they do. The way that most people look at time blocking, for instance, which is one of the best ways of getting something done, is entirely wrong. They think every time block has to be 1 hour in length. They need to have like their entire day mapped out like little tiny Lego blocks of sometimes various different colors, makes them feel like they're organized, but at the end of the day, it's pretty rare that they actually got any of that stuff done. They might have gotten one, two, but honestly, that's a really overwhelming process. And people usually give up by Tuesday. So, a couple of different things. First of all, most often you don't have a time management problem, you have an excuse management problem. Most people don't even use time blocking because they use the excuse that they don't know how to use it or it doesn't work for them. Good news, you can make it work for you. For instance, your time that you block to do one thing should never exceed your ability to pay attention, right? My attention span is exactly 20 minutes long. My time blocks are therefore 20 minutes long. So I'll do 20 minutes of something, take a 10-minute break. If I can, I'll do 20 minutes of either the same thing or something different, and then I take a 10-minute break. This allows me throughout my day to have these hyper-focused moments where I have no distractions whatsoever. And then when I'm done the hyper-focus, I can turn everything back on. Hyper-focus, no distraction, those are very key words. A lot of people will put, say, an hour into their time, and then their phone goes off, their email goes off, they check their social, or something happens, they get bings and dings and dongs all over the place, and their attention is then drawn away. It can take up to 3 to 20 minutes for your attention to come back. So if you get bugged every 20 minutes over the course of an hour, you may actually accomplish nothing, which is why time blocking doesn't work for you. So ask yourself, what is the length of time for your attention span? And only set your time blocks for that long. It's okay. Elon Musk's time blocks are 5 minutes long, and he just adds how many 5-minute chunks are necessary for every meeting or every task that he needs to accomplish. The second thing to understand about time blocking is the fact that you don't need to Lego stack your day. If you get 2 time blocks in per day, that's fantastic, right? So don't try to overstack your day because you'll become overwhelmed, overworked, and really just miserable. So think about your day and then put in however many time blocks you can. The way I do it is I take a look at my electronic calendar. That's where all of my meetings are. And I have my daily planner, which is a paper thing, and I put it down and it's got all of my little times on it. So what I do is I look at my electronic calendar just for the day, and I input all the different obligations, meetings, whatever I'm doing into my paper calendar with all the little times on it. Then what I do is I look at my list of things that I need to get done in priority, right? So the first thing, you just can't have a list and just throw anything onto your day. You have to prioritize what's most important, what's going to move you forward the most, what's the most urgent, so on and so forth. And I take some of those tasks and I say, where are the gaps in my day? And I will put my time blocks in for as many gaps as I feel is reasonable, that I'm not going to overload myself, but make sure I have enough time for my brain to have a break, but I have the hyper-focused moments to move myself forward. When I started doing that simple process, reducing the time of my time blocks, reducing how many of them I do in a day, but making sure I have brain breaks and still able to meet all of my preset obligations and meetings, I doubled my production. So time blocking can work for you. If setting something at the same time every day doesn't work for you, don't make it. If you can't do something every day, don't worry about it. What you should be worrying about is, what does your schedule normally go? Are you a 9 to 5 or everything's just kind of set for you? Is it pretty routine, pretty predictable? I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and nothing is predictable. So if you have a very unpredictable schedule, jamming something in at 9 o'clock or 1 o'clock every day is going to do nothing but frustrate you, disappoint you, and possibly make you want to give up on time blocking all over again. So make time blocking work for you. Time blocking is not something you have to do. Time blocking is something as a gift to you, as long as you gift it to yourself by using it in a way that actually works for you. Don't look at time blocking the way everyone else does it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when they get up. It doesn't matter when they do their work. It doesn't matter what they do in the time blocks that they set for themselves. What is your important work? How much do you want to get done in a day? Put them in the gaps in between all of your obligations and meetings, and make sure that in those time block moments, everything is off. Phone, social, email, the whole 9 yards. No notifications, no phone calls, right? Try to put that in as a routine and a habit for yourself. And what you're going to find is your ability to get stuff done skyrockets, your overwhelm plummets, and you feel a lot more in control of your day. So time blocking works as long as you make it work for you. Give it a go.